20 years ago, I woke up and said enough. Enough to chemicals and weekly roller sets at the hair salon. Wearing my hair just the way it grows out of my head has truly been a lesson in patience and a journey in self love. What makes OOLI so great is it actually works and saves money. It's not advancing. Can I start over? It's not advancing.
You can. Can you try advancing your slides now? Make sure that goes.
Okay. All right, it's ready now. Can I start over?
You can. Are you rocking something? Just see if we can minimize because it's putting a lot of feedback. So can you advance one more time for me?
Yep.
All right, perfect. So just take a deep breath and then count down from 3 and then go ahead.
20 years ago, I woke up and said enough. Enough to chemicals and weekly roller sets at the hair salon. Wearing my hair just the way it grows out of my head has truly been a lesson in patience and a journey in self-love. What makes OOLI so great is that it actually works and saves money. As of 2017, 79% of African Americans were wearing their hair in a natural hairstyle. Of that number, 55% were wasting money on product that didn't work. That translates into approximately $29.3 million down the drain. For people with locks, those numbers are much higher. There's approximately 78% waste, which translates into a whopping $42.5 million in wasted money. As a lock wearer, I had to figure out how to remedy this problem. More and more people are wearing their textured hair in natural styles. What's even more exciting is 1 in 4 want or have locks. That's amazing for OOLI. OOLI is a solution, a plant-based unisex hair care line for textured hair that is worn in locks that launched in September 2019. OOLI is innovative because it's formulated for locks, chemical-free, doesn't cause dryness or buildup, it has exceptional quality, and it's made right in the USA. Our customers have a lot of positive reviews for OOLI. Currently, we sell direct-to-consumer at oolibeauty.com, and OOLI has 6 products: a natural shampoo, a clarifying shampoo, a lock gel, a hair oil, a hair fragrance, and a leave-in conditioner. For wholesale, we currently sell at Macy's.com, Walmart.com, and in a few beauty supplies. We are currently in talks to bring OOLI exclusively to Canada to a big box pharmacy, as well as the Army Air Force Exchange and some US-based big box retailers by the end of the year. All of our competitors have products for locks, but they miss a few things that OOLI tackles, like whether or not the products have alcohol, or are they good for lock-resistant hair? Do they cause buildup or contain additives or sulfates? Despite COVID, our traction was excellent. We had 15 press mentions, won an Oprah Beauty Award, and have been accepted into the workshop at Macy's 2021 cohort. A little about me: I came to the beauty industry by accident. I come from the entertainment and tech world, although I do have a background in consumer products. I've compiled a team that fills in the holes where I need extra support. My team has a combined 30 years of experience that has really made OOLI a success. We're excited about our online conversion milestones, and as well as our wholesale accounts and our Oprah Beauty Award that we got in October. To make OOLI the one-stop shop for locks, we need to keep new products in constant supply, as well as plan for a potential supply chain break due to another unforeseen COVID lockdown. We are seeking an investment of $3.5 million for product development, connecting with other investors, increasing marketing, helping with wholesale, supply chain management, and logistical support. Thank you for your time today, and I'll answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you so much, and congratulations. I love to hear that you are growing a business focused on locks. I think that that is a great trend right now. And I think that even with the pandemic, I feel that more and more women locking their hair. So my questions, I know you showed a chart that showed some of your points of differences versus your competitors. And I heard you mention specifically that you were formulating with, of course, without sulfates. I think you also mentioned without alcohol. But can you just share a little bit more about your formulations and what steps you took, I guess, to really make sure that your products don't leave any buildup and that they actually are superior, I guess, in formulation to the competitors?
Well, I've tried all my competitors, as well as my indirect competitors, which would be anybody in the natural hair care space who could develop a product. I've had locks for 20 years, and I used to DIY it myself, make stuff from a stalk of aloe from the bodega, but those products don't last. So I worked with 3 labs, and I said, I would use the other products and I would say, look at the roots of my locks or look at what's remaining in my locks. And I would show them. And we just kept going back and forth until we got the right mix. So we don't have, even though I offer a clarifying shampoo, that's really for people that may be using other things and they have a lot of product to get out. But my lock gel, and I know it's diplomatic with the lock gel, whether or not you want to use that or not, but it really doesn't leave any buildup. It's one of my biggest sellers, and people are really excited that they have a product that can really hold a lock. My hair is lock resistant. It took over 1.5 years to lock initially. So it was just working with labs to figure out what was best. And I used myself as the test case.
Thank you.
So thank you, Jessica. I think it was wonderful, wonderful presentation. I wanted to just kind of discuss unit sales and what you done to date. So specifically, I know that the business is growing. You definitely have received a lot of rewards. You mentioned that you're currently doing D2C, and then also you have other points of distribution. In general, based on the unit sales that you currently are doing with the investment that will be given, how much do you think your business can increase, let's say, in the next 3 years?
Well, I consider myself to be a entrepreneur, so I would be looking to exit the company in 5 to 7 years. So I really feel like it could grow exponentially because women aren't my only customer. 40% of my customers are men who buy directly from me, which was an interesting fact. A lot of interest from businesses and hair care salons overseas, where people with African textured hair wearing locks are everywhere, apparently. And so I really expect this company to really expand exponentially. I would like to do in the millions next year. But there are some things that I need to get together, and COVID really made it so that I know exactly the pain points I have and what I need. And definitely, moving into a fulfillment center this week, I know is going to help as far as shipping and logistics. So, having the product, having an excellent way to get the product to people and expanding our footprint globally, I think will make this company really successful.
Thank you, Jessica. As you mentioned, I'm familiar with your product because you sell on Walmart.com. I remember when you kind of showed your product originally. I think it's filling a lot of white space in the market, so I give a lot of kudos for you there. I don't think there are a lot of brands catering to locks, so definitely see the value. I will say though, I'm curious about your price point and how you selected that. Even on the screen here, you have quite a large variance in comparison to your competitors. Do you think that's a barrier for folks to kind of trade up to your brand? And if so, how have you been, addressing that?
Well, initially I thought, will my customer, and looking at my customer personas, I created about 6 of them, and really tried to find those customers and speak with them. What I noticed is my customer who has locks has been doing the same thing I have been doing. They have tubs and tubs of product that's unused, or they just have used it once. So my customer is really concerned about efficacy, and they will pay for it. So I thought maybe let's start with like a trial size kit, like the small trial size versions of each product to get people interested. But my customers bought every product, all 6 of them, right out of the gate. So that was letting me know that my price point was okay, and people were willing to pay for quality and for a product they knew that they could use until the tub was empty. and it wasn't wasteful. So I think my price point is fair because that really isn't an issue that I was having as far as customers were concerned, because like I said, they're really interested in a product that works.
Got it. And then another question I have for you is how you educate your consumer on the difference between Jamaican mango and lime, for example, and your product. Like, how are you teaching them kind of the best use case for your product versus theirs?
Well, we have in our influencer marketing, our email marketing, our SMS marketing, and also on Pinterest, we have just been educating our customers that overall, Afro textured hair is drier than most other hair textures. So using products that have alcohol in them will just make it even more dry. I do feel that my customer knows these things, especially most of my customers have locks. I mean, there is sort of like an aspirational group that wants locks, but most of them know that they definitely don't want to dry out their hair, and they know that they don't want to see the white buildup at the root. So we still put the information out there as far as what you should use and what you shouldn't use, but it's such a trial and error with everyone. Like I mentioned, I have lock resistant hair. It just does not want to stay. So I know that things that would work for me might not work for someone who has a more coarse hair texture where their hair locks immediately. So we do give a little bit of education, but I feel like my customers are really, really smart, and they know what they're looking for because they haven't had it really in the market for a very long time.
To vote, visit Razorfy.co and select today's event. Enter your donation for the pitches you loved and click the donate button to proceed to checkout. Review and confirm your donation once more by tapping donate. And finally, key in your payment info to cast your vote. Voting will be open for 7 days. And remember, there's a $5 minimum for your vote to count. Your donation keeps a Black or brown women in business. You are changing the world with Black Girl Ventures.